This awards program, as I mentioned, is in its second year and is a joint effort between the Center for Advancement and the Barbara and Richard Somé Center for Gerontological Excellence. The Somé Center is housed in the College of Nursing and was established with a remarkably generous gift to advance innovations in research and education and practice to maximize optimal aging, which I think is a goal of all of us and an example that we have before us for older adults and their families. The center's efforts contribute to the discovery of new knowledge and the adoption of improved care practices that touch the lives of many older adults and their families. We have two members of the Somé leadership team with us today, as well as several of their faculty. Professor Leah Buck is director of the center and the holder of the Sally Mathis Hartwig Professorship in Nursing, and Professor Emerita Kitty Buckwalter, who held rank in the colleges of nursing and public health, and is former associate provost for the health sciences. I'm delighted that some of last year's inaugural awardees are here with us today. When I call your name, please just give us a wave. We're pleased to have Dr. Lynn Curry here, Dr. H.D. Hoover, and Dr. Robert Osterhaus. All right, thank you all. Today's honorees, as well as those who came before them, are exemplary Hawkeyes. They are lifelong learners, they are leaders in their professions, they're mentors, generous community members, and passionate advocates. And we are delighted to count everyone among our university family. You'll hear more about their achievements in just a moment, but first I'm delighted to welcome President Barbara Wilson to share a few words. Barb?
Welcome, everyone. It's an honor to be here to celebrate with you today. I'm really thrilled that this is our second year to honor our 8 over 80, and they're a remarkable group of individuals. So thank you for being here, and thank you for coming back to celebrate your accomplishments with us. We just finished graduation ceremonies. Actually, we have one left, but let's just say we're done. And we graduated 5,400 plus students this year across the undergraduate, professional, and graduate programs that we have. And they're just looking out and imagining what's next. And I think if they look to our 8 over 80, they will be inspired in terms of what they should seek to accomplish across their life with us and as Hawkeyes. So I really want to just take a moment to recognize the journey and to acknowledge that these individuals are pretty darn special. This program, as you heard from Lynette, is in its second year. We're going to keep it going. It's pretty amazing how many people are qualified for this program these days. Which is, of course, a whole nother issue and something we're delighted by. Somebody said to me earlier, you know, I can tell I'm a little older because I have some aches and pains, and I thought, well, you don't have to be over 80 to have aches and pains. So, but this is really a group of people that epitomize the Hawkeye spirit. As you'll hear, they give across their communities, they give back to this university, they give back to the state of Iowa and beyond. They're generous to a person with their skills and talents, and they're always advocating for us, for young people, and for education, most importantly. So thank you for all you do. You're going to hear some amazing things, and I can't help but end my quick remarks by saying, go Hawks, 8 over 80. Thank you so much.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kitty Buckwalter, and I'm delighted to be here with you this afternoon as we recognize this year's 8 over 80. What a cohort. We ask that you hold your applause until everyone has been recognized. Our first recipient today is Elizabeth Clothier. A teacher in the Iowa City School District for 28 years, Elizabeth used her experience as a United Kingdom native becoming a U.S. citizen to teach third grade classes about citizenship. Can you imagine real expertise. For Elizabeth, service learning was a major focus in the classroom. Whether it was assembling book kits for families of newborns through the Books for Babies program, or baking and delivering bread through the Iowa City Free Lunch program. Her volunteerism extended beyond the classroom through organizations such as the Herbert Hoover Presidential Library and Museum and the University of Iowa Stanley Museum of Art, and mentorship of elementary student teachers through the UI College of Education. Since retiring from the classroom in 2002, Elizabeth has continued to give back to her community through her volunteerism. In addition to her work with the Iowa City Free Lunch program, she also delivers meals through Meals on Wheels to individuals at home who are unable to purchase or prepare their meals. As a board member of Horizons, the Meals on Wheels program, I know firsthand how absolutely critical this program was to keep senior citizens in our area alive during the pandemic and beyond, so thank you. Elizabeth also works with the Compeer program, which matches community volunteers with adults receiving mental health treatment to develop more structured friendships and combat loneliness and isolation. Very, very important. Congratulations, Elizabeth, on all your accomplishments.
Hello, my name is Leah Buck, and it's my pleasure to introduce our next recipients, Tom and Nancy Hanson. Tom and Nancy have lived lives dedicated to giving back to those less fortunate and supporting each other in community activism throughout their marriage that now spans more than 60 years. For that alone, I think there should be an award. Congratulations. After graduating from Iowa, Tom pursued a career in the commercial and industrial heating, ventilating, and air conditioning industry. Nancy earned a master's in social work and served in various roles, including as Director of Court Services for the Council on Drug Abuse in North Carolina and as Executive Director of St. Thomas Hospice in the Chicagoland area. Tom has served on various boards and committees during his professional and retirement years, working to provide affordable housing in Chicago and supporting student success initiatives during his time on the University of Iowa Center for Advancement Board. Nancy is a founder of a medical respite program in Chicago that is providing a place of healing for ill and injured homeless men and women discharged from the hospital. She continues to serve on other boards that address the issue of homelessness. Generously supportive of the UI College of Engineering, Tom and Nancy founded the Hanson Center for Communication and the Virginia A. Myers Nexus for Engineering and the Arts. What an interesting combination. Both programs are recognized as strengths of the college that stem from Tom and Nancy's desire to help students develop communication and artistic skills to complement their engineering education. Congratulations, Tom and Nancy.
Our next recipient is Ann Howard Jones. Ann has built a distinguished career in both choral and orchestral conducting. She earned 3 music degrees from the University of Iowa before pursuing various roles in the music field, including 24 years as Director of Choral Activities at Boston University. Throughout her storied career, Ann won several awards, including the Robert Shaw Award presented by the American Choral Directors Association, the Distinguished Service Award from Chorus America, and a Fulbright professorship to Brazil. Ann is now a professor emerita, and since retirement, she has moved back to Iowa and continues to share her passion for music with others. At Iowa, she has created a residency program that brings professional choral ensembles to the university to teach master classes and to perform music for students and the community. She continues to teach in several universities around the country and is an active mentor and guest conductor. Anne has also donated her lifetime of scores, books, and notes to the U of I's Rita Benson Music Library for others to enjoy and to learn from, and has provided funds to the University of Iowa School of Music to support an additional research assistant. Congratulations, Anne.
Our next recipient is James Kimball. James has a strong passion for medicine, aviation, the arts, and economic development. After graduating from Iowa and serving in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, thank you for your service, receiving a Bronze Star for his service to his country, James worked in family medicine for nearly 6 decades. He delivered more than 1,000 newborns in Osceola and helped and supervised another 10,000 deliveries in Broadlawn's Medical Center in Des Moines. And out of a population of only 3 million people, do the math. Exactly. Throughout his medical career, James has won various awards and provided leadership to numerous organizations, including winning the Iowa Medical Society Physicians Community Service Award. While medicine was his professional passion, James made a big impact in his community. As president of the Clark County Development Corporation, he worked to have Lakeside Casino and Hotel built in Osceola, which has resulted in millions of dollars in revenue for local communities. Today, he serves as a senior aviation medical examiner and certifies over 200 pilots per year. He also started the Kimball Foundation, which provides scholarship opportunities for area students who are admitted to an accredited medical school. James continues to host a radio show in Osceola and supports as well as acts in local arts productions. Congratulations, James.
Our next recipient is Jean Lloyd Jones. Jean has devoted much of her life to helping women pursue careers in politics. Born in Washington, D.C., Jean spent her childhood in New Mexico, where her father was a lawyer who served in the state legislature while he attended law school. She earned a master's degree in history from Iowa and served 2 terms as state president of the League of Women Voters. In 1979, Jean was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives and served 4 terms before being elected to 2 more terms in the Iowa Senate. As a state legislator, she helped form a support group for women pages, which later became the Legislative Women's Caucus. And she managed the Buckle Up Baby bill and the first legislation in the nation requiring that all state boards and commissions be gender balanced. Her political influence went far beyond the Capitol, though, working toward equality for women in politics. She conceived the idea for the Iowa Peace Institute, worked to build and fund that organization, and served as its chair for the first 8 years. More recently, she has worked as an advocate to increase the number of women involved in politics in our state by helping to make the history of Iowa women in politics more accessible to the public, including through a gift to the University of Iowa-based Iowa Women's Archives. Congratulations, Jean.
Our next recipient is Paul McKeen. Paul is unable to join us today, but we're delighted that his son Doug is here to accept the award on his behalf. Paul earned an honorary letter from Iowa in 1983 for promoting the University of Iowa athletics and establishing the Johnson County I Club. Since then, Paul has continued to devote time and energy giving back to his community. Paul has used his experience in sales and finance, building 3 successful companies, to mentor and assist young people in planning and growing their own businesses. An avid reader, Paul has made books more accessible to those in assisted living facilities and worked with libraries, community members, and others to gain materials for a lending library. Most recently, he worked to add a large print section to the library for those who have trouble reading smaller print. I think all of us can appreciate that. He also helped start a clothing drive for the unhoused population in Arizona and provided clothing, bedding, toiletries, and toys to nearly 80 families, including 46 children. What started as a one-time clothing drive has now grown into a yearly effort that collects school supplies for children and benefits a local women's shelter. Currently, Paul is organizing a back-to-school program to support homeless children and children of domestic violence victims, with the goal of providing backpacks, clothing, and school supplies to those individuals. Congratulations, Paul, and thank you, Doug, for being here with us today.
Our next recipient is Orville, or as he's better known to friends and family, Speedy Townsend. A former student athlete who came to the University of Iowa on a football scholarship, Orville made an indelible impact on the Hawkeye State through his work at Iowa Vocational Rehabilitation Services. Orville worked for that organization for 42 years, including as a supervisor for 25 years in the Iowa City office. Community involvement is something that has always been important to Orville. The former school board member and leader for the Iowa Black Alumni Association, also known as the IBAA, Speedy has served as an advocate and expert for inclusion initiatives across the university campus and Iowa City community. Today, Orville continues to sit on numerous boards and committees for the betterment of the university and the Iowa City community. He's vice chair of both the Iowa City Police Review Board and Black Voices Project, and Orville is a member of the Hawkeye Connections membership program, which works to connect Iowa's student athletes with faculty, staff, and local community leaders. Additionally, Orville continues to be an integral member of the IBAA as it works to recognize the achievements and service of Black students and alumni. And I'll just add a personal note here. One of the joys of spending time in the Iowa City area is that you get to know great people like Speedy and his family. And his daughter, Deborah, was a babysitter for my children many years ago. But it's been a pleasure to know you and to work with you, and congratulations on receipt of this award.
Our final recipients are Jerre and Mary Joy Stead. Unfortunately, they are unable to be here with us today. Jerre and Mary Joy are dedicated to impacting others through philanthropy, volunteering, and leadership. After Jerry's graduation from Iowa in 1965, he and Mary Joy, the high school sweethearts and Maquoketa, Iowa natives, set off for a life of achievements and adventure. While Jerre led numerous organizations as CEO and chairman, Mary Joy cared for their family and established community connections in locations ranging from Minneapolis to Brussels, Belgium. No matter where they lived, Jerre and Mary Joy never forgot about Iowa. Their visionary generosity and transformative gifts helped build the UI Stead Family Children's Hospital and elevated the Stead Family Department of Pediatrics, offering pediatric patients the highest level of care, comfort, and compassion. Most recently, they made a significant gift to create the Stead Family Scholars Program, which funds research grants to outstanding early career scholars at the UI Roy J. and Lucille A. Carver College of Medicine. In addition, through their commitment to volunteerism and engagement, Jerre and Mary Joy have chaired 16 campaigns for nonprofit organizations, including at Iowa, and are founding donors of community organizations like Healthy Life Stars and Community 43. Jerre and Mary Joy are also ardent supporters of the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy at Indiana University, Salk Institute, and the Garrett Evangelical Seminary. Today, Jerre is Chair Emeritus of Clarivate and is Chairman of the Banner Alzheimer's Institute and Garrett Evangelical Seminary. Mary Joy has served on the UI Center for Advancement Board since 1999. We send our sincere congratulations to Jerre and Mary Joy. Please join me in congratulating all of our 2023 8 over 80 award recipients.
Thank you so much, Dr. Buckwalter and Leah, Dr. Barker. I want to thank you for your partnership in joining with us in this new program for the university and the recognition of these remarkable friends of the university. We are proud of the achievements of these good friends. We appreciate the exemplary lives that you live that have taught us so very much, and you set an inspirational example for us as well. The University of Iowa community is incredibly proud to count you amongst our finest alumni and friends. This concludes our program. Our guests have been asked to stay seated for a bit for some photographs, but I know many of you will also want to congratulate them once we're done with those photos. To the honorees, we invite you to take the centerpieces that are at your tables, and thank you for being here. Go Hawks.